Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is so nice to have you here today. Thank you for deciding to practice with me. Today we're going to be moving through a relatively slow-paced vinyasa flow. So that doesn't mean we're not going to be moving at all, but we're just going to take a little bit of more time in the poses so you have time to adjust a little bit more. And yeah, we're not going to be moving so quickly, not one breath to movement, but it's still going to feel flowy and it's still going to feel strong. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to explore poses a little bit deeper, to maybe take some variations that you've never taken before, maybe explore some shapes that you have never done before. All right, let's get started. We're going to make our way into child's pose with the knees wide apart, big toes together. Relax your forehead down. And let's start by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, release. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And let's take a deep breath in, reach the fingertips forward. Exhale, let's walk both hands off the mat to the right. 2 deep breaths here as you stretch the left side body and pull the left sit bone back towards your heels. And breathing in, let's walk the hands through center. Exhale over to the left. And breathing in through center. And let's make our way into puppy pose. So just sliding forward, maybe bringing the forehead down the mat or chest and chin. If you have the forehead, you can bend your elbows, bring the hands to prayer and the thumbs to the back of your head. So you're stretching out your triceps. Keep pressing the chest down towards the floor. Keep squeezing navel in. And then release the hands down. Come into Sphinx pose. Drop the hips. Pull your chest forward. Shoulders back and down. And as you breathe in, let's press into the hands. Lift the elbows. Keep pulling your chest forward. And keep squeezing the glutes and pressing the pubic bone down into the mat. And breathing out, let's slowly make our way back down. Right arm reaches out to the right. Bend your left knee and your left elbow, and let's roll onto the right side of the body. Hold it here, breathe deeply. And if you can find your Ujjayi breath and try to keep that engaged throughout the whole practice, that's fantastic. So creating a sound to your breath, making it audible so that you can have that extra point of focus throughout the practice. Let's make our way back onto the belly. Left arm reaches out to the left and roll onto your left side. And breathing out, let's come back onto the belly. Arms reach back. Inhale, lift everything. And hold for 5. 4, think of the activation in your back body more than lifting up high. For 3, keep lengthening through your arms, lengthening through your legs. 2. And 1, release. Tuck the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. High plank for a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, send it back. We're holding here 5 breaths. You can walk it out or you can find stillness. And on your next inhale, let's lift the right leg up high, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, move slowly. Drop the right knee down in the middle of your mat. Left knee crosses behind the right. Inhale, let's stand on the knees, reach the arms up. For 5, try to open up the front body a little more. And breathing out, let's bring the hands down on the mat, so send the hips back slightly. Hands in front of you. Bring the right knee so it's touching the floor. Left leg extends behind you. And let's open up into a modified side plank. Left arm reaches over left ear. And breathing in, both arms reach up towards the sky. And then side bend over your left leg. And then exhale, let's cartwheel the hands down. Push into your hands, lift your right knee, pivot as if you're going into Wild Thing, but immediately sit down and drop the right knee. Janu Shirshasana, inhale, reach the arms above the head. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Keep squeezing navel in. And as you breathe in, let's rise up. Left hand comes behind you, plant the right foot. Come through side plank, right knee into the right elbow or right shoulder. And then very slow motion, right foot steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, let's straighten the right leg, hands come to the hips. Inhale, bend right knee as much as you can, arms reach up. Exhale, straighten. For 3, 2, 1. Keeping the legs straight, right arm reaches forward, Trikonasana. Inhale, reach through the right fingertips. And then open up the arms, left arm reaches up to the sky. Imagine you're trying to fit your body between 2 very tight walls. So the hips and shoulders are in one line, just above your feet. And let's reach the left arm over the left ear, find a nice stretch. Maybe right arm reaches as well for 3, 2, 1, reverse triangle. And then exhale, let's cartwheel the hands down, bend your right knee. Step back, high plank. Count to 5, lower all the way down to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift everything, arms reach back, hold. For 3, 2, 1, release, high plank for a count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, send it back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg rises. Slow motion transition, left knee to nose. Drop your left knee down. Cross your right knee behind the left. And then send your hips back slightly so the left knee lifts off the mat. Inhale, drop the left knee, reach the arms above the head and hold for 5. Stretch, 4. Keep squeezing the glutes. Press the hips forward, 3, 2, and 1. Send the hips back. Hands come down in front of you on the mat. Drop the left knee, right leg extends. Right arm reaches up and overhead, modified side plank. And really try to activate all the way down through your right foot. So you're pulling the outer blade of the right foot down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, side bend over your right leg. And as you breathe out, cartwheel the hands down. Plant the hands, lift the left knee, as if you're going into Wild Thing, but immediately sit down. Drop your left knee out to the left foot is on the inner right thigh, Janu Shirshasana, inhale. Exhale, fold for 5. And breathing in, rise up. Right hand comes behind you. Push into the right hand. Left knee into the left shoulder, if that's accessible. And then for a count of 5, step your left foot to the top of the mat for 5. 4, strong right shoulder, 3, 2, squeeze left thigh into the chest, and 1. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, straighten left leg, hands to the hips. Breathe in, sink down deeper, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Keep the legs straight. Ground your right heel, Trikonasana. Reach through the left fingertips and then open up the arms. Squeeze the left thigh a lot. Keep rolling your right hip open. And then let's reach right arm over the right ear. Maybe left arm follows for 3, 2, and 1. Reverse triangle, breathe in. And then exhale, let's cartwheel the hands all the way down. High plank, slow motion all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower immediately. Tuck the toes, plant the hands, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Told you it was still gonna feel strong, so kept my promise. As you breathe in, let's lift the right leg up high. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Deep breath in here. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Try to keep everything slow motion. Bring the right knee down to the right wrist. And then all the way up to the right shoulder. Right wrist. Shoulder. Last time, wrist. Shoulder hold, flex the right toes. Right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. Breathe in, cactus your right arm, open up the chest. Exhale, straighten right leg. Reach the right hand as far as you can to the top right corner. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Imagine you're moving through constant resistance, so there's no fast movement. Everything's very slow. Your body's always engaged throughout the transitions. Last 2. And last 1. Breathe in, hold here. Right hand comes down on the mat. Left foot steps to the top left corner, active squat. Inhale and hold for 5. Shoulders back and down. 4. 5. Breathing in, stand up tall, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, back to chaturanga, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Inhale, lift everything, arms reach back, legs lift. Exhale, release. High plank. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, hold it. And then let's step the left knee to the chest. And then bring the left knee down to the left wrist for 3, 2, 1. Flex the left toes. Left foot steps outside the left hand. Cactus your left arm. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten left leg. Reach forward for 5. Really harmonizing your breath to your movement. 4. Engaging that Ujjayi breath. Restricting the back of your throat. 3. And then bend the left knee, cactus the left arm. Exhale, left hand comes down. Look forward, right foot steps outside the right hand, active squat hold for 5. This time maybe the arms reach up. 4. 3, sink a little deeper. 2. And 1, straighten. Exhale, re-bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga, and then hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, high plank. Downward facing dog. And let's walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Peace fingers wrap around the big toes, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold deeper. 5 breaths. And breathing in, halfway lift. Walk the hands all the way up to high plank. And let's come into 3 push-ups. This time 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, lower for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Hang here for a minute. And downward facing dog, breathe out. We're going to do the first flow we did, just adding on at the end. So right leg rises, inhale. Right knee to nose. Bring the right knee down. Cross your left knee behind the right. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms. Stand on your knees. Exhale, we're going to send the hips back. Hands come down. Left leg extends behind you. Left arm reaches up, modified side plank. Inhale, both arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, side bend over your left leg. Breathe in and breathe out, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat. Side plank on your left hand. Again, moving slowly. This time, wild thing, keep the hips in the air. Breathe in. Hold. As you breathe out, let's sit down. Now this time, keep your right knee pointing up. Right hand tries to touch your left foot. And then let's wrap the arms around the right leg. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, fold for 5. And keep squeezing navel in. Keep compressing your core and your left thigh. And then slowly release. Left hand comes behind you. Back to side plank. Count to 5. Right foot steps to the top of the mat for 5. 4. Squeeze the knee into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, straighten left leg 3 times. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, straighten. Trikonasana. Breathe in, reach. And open up the arms, 1 breath. Inhale, reverse triangle. 1 full breath. Now we're going to cartwheel the hands, come into revolved triangle. So left hand finds the floor, right arm reaches up. Hold, keep pulling your right hip back. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. Now a little bit of a weird transition. Imagine we're going into Skandasana, side lunge on the right leg. So you're going to point your right toes to the left, and then let's bow down. So left foot will stay flat on the mat. Right elbow to right heel. Okay, so we're really low here. You're almost with both elbows down on the mat. Hold. Now let's lift the hips slightly, but keep your right shoulder underneath your right thigh. Right hand will come on the right side of your right heel. So it can even come right beside it or slightly back. Just make sure it's in alignment, right wrist to right elbow. Bend that left leg. We're going to go into flying compass. Left hand can hold the outer blade of the right foot. Push into your right hand, maybe you can lift your right foot. And then the next step is to straighten that right leg and look underneath your left shoulder. And now let's bend that right knee. Optional arm balance. You can either just step your right foot down or squeeze that right leg around the right arm. Bring your left hand down, bend the elbows, and float your left leg off the mat. So you're pointing that right foot, right heel is squeezing in towards the glutes. And then from here, we will all meet in a wild thing. So whenever you're ready, wild thing on the left hand. Maybe bend your knees, bringing that right knee down to the floor, only if that feels really good. And then come back to wild thing. Look to the top of the mat, right foot steps to the top of the mat. Standing splits, left leg rises. And then exhale, left foot steps beside the right, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, roll up, high mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart space, close your eyes. And just notice whatever is going on internally. Let's release the hands by the hips. Breathe in, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, high plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg rises. Left knee to nose. Bring your left knee down. Right knee crosses behind the left. Inhale, slowly stand on the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, slowly bring those hands down. It's a little tricky on the balance. Ground your left knee, right leg extends behind you. Roll the right shoulder open. Modified side plank. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, side bend over your right leg. Let's cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Wild thing on the right hand. And this time we hold it. Open up the chest, find a variation that feels good to you. And then breathing out, let's sit down. Left knee keeps pointing up, left arm reaches up, and then left hand tries to touch the right foot. Let's wrap the arms around the back, left arm around your left knee, right arm behind your back. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale to fold. Breathing in, release. Right hand comes behind you. 5 seconds to step that left foot to the top of the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, straighten left leg for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Trikonasana. Breathe in, reach. And breathe out, left fingertips to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. And then exhale, let's cartwheel the hands down, revolved triangle. So lift your right heel, right hand finds the floor, left arm reaches up. And let's hold, squeeze the inner thighs together, reach the crown of the head forward. Now we're going to pivot so that both toes are pointing to the right. Bend your left knee. Left elbow to left heel, bow down. Right hand can just stay where it was before. And so you're sending the hips back, squeezing navel in. Now let's lift the hips. You can bend that right knee already. Left hand or left elbow comes underneath your left thigh, and left hand comes on the left of your left foot. Lots of left, left, left. Right hand will hold the outer blade of your left foot. Maybe you can already lift that foot. That's the first step. If you can't lift it comfortably and find balance on your left hand, then stay in the lunge. That's your first step. If you feel comfortable there, maybe start to straighten your left leg, looking underneath the right shoulder. There's another variation to have both legs straight, but that's not for today. And slowly we will come out. If you want to take the arm balance, bend your left knee and squeeze it as tightly as you can around your left arm, and then lean your chest forward. Right leg floats off the mat. Slowly step that right foot back. Left foot can touch the floor. Side plank or wild thing on the right hand, just to stretch it out. And you can stay up there, or you can bend both knees, touching the left knee down to the floor. Slowly come back. Left foot to the top of the mat. Standing splits, inhale. And let's release the right foot, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, slow motion, roll up. Reach the arms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Close your eyes. Check in. And let's reach the arms above the head, breathing in. Exhale, interlace hands at your lower back. Open up the chest. And let's fold forward. And just make sure your head hangs heavy. And release the hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bend the knees. Let's come into a seat as delicately as possible. And then we're going to hold the ankles and come into high boat. Legs are a little bit apart for this one. You can either stay up here, and you can also do that with bent legs, maybe holding the tops of your shins, or let's rock back and forth and try to balance. Good, and rock back and forth. For 3. You can also do it with bent legs. For 2. And last one. Hold. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, point the toes, try to keep them off the mat. Arms reach forward, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the feet, hands come just behind your hips. Inhale, lift the hips, reverse tabletop. And let's lift that right leg up. And now let's flex the right toes, cross your right ankle over the left knee, and try to pull your hips through your hands. Slowly release. If you want to take half lotus, you can. If you don't want to, Janushrishasana is also fine. Fold over your left leg. If you have half lotus, the bind around the back is also optional with the right hand. Breathing in, let's rise up. Bend both knees. Once again, reverse table. Lift your left leg up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the left ankle over the right. Hips through the hands. Sit down. Second round of Janushrishasana or half lotus. And breathing in, let's rise up. Bring the knees together. And then let's come all the way down to the back. Bring your knees into your chest and go ahead and rock side to side a few times. And we're going to bring the legs up and behind your head. And let's bring the hands behind the head as well. And then both hands can hold the right foot. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Try to hold it. Squeeze the navel in. And then lower your left leg. Lift the right leg. Lower the right leg. Bring your hands behind your back. Maybe support your lower back. And lift both legs, shoulders stand. And then one vertebra at a time. Let's lower down. Knees into the chest. And we have one last back bend. So either bridge or wheel immediately or something else, but we're gonna have to sit back up. So if you don't wanna get back up, don't worry. This is quite advanced, so please don't feel like you need to go here. Only if you feel comfortable. We're going to bring the back of the head down on the mat, sitting on the heels like this. So you can bring your hands down, bring your elbows down, bring the crown of the head down. Make sure you have the appropriate hairstyle, and then the arms reach back. This is very intense, so please go there with caution and be very careful about your lower back. Make sure you're always engaging the legs, squeezing the glutes, not dumping all the weight in your lower back. And then from here, when you feel ready, you can come into wheel. So hands go behind your head and then press into your legs, wheel pose. I realize this is very advanced, so please take it slowly. Bridge pose is more than enough. And then we're going to tuck the chin into the chest. And whenever you're ready, come down, find a moment of stillness. In constructive rest, maybe knocking the knees side to side a few times. And let's cross the right ankle over the left knee and interlace the hands around the back of the left thigh or front of left shin. Flex the right toes. Keep pushing the right knee away. And let's release, switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Let's release, knees into the chest. Breathe in, lift the forehead. Hold and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Savasana. Deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale, release. One more deep inhale. Hold, and let it go. If you would like to add some breath work right now, maybe expanding your exhale, so keeping your inhale at a constant count, and then making the exhale about 2 counts longer than the inhale. You can do that, or you can do square breath, which is breathing along the edges of a square, breathing in and then holding the breath, and then breathing out, and then holding the breath, and around, or square around the square we go. Each side of the square has the same count. And if you also just want to relax and just let the breath be natural, just lay here observing the experience that you're feeling in your body right now, that's also fine. So do whatever you feel called to do. And know that maybe the poses during the practice felt challenging, and maybe you wanted to get out. And Savasana can feel the same. Maybe this is the moment where you want to leave. But just know that that's exactly where the practice of yoga begins. In those moments of discomfort, in those moments where we can't deal with it anymore, we want to get away. And it's by staying and finding comfort in those situations that we really strengthen our mind, we build resilience mentally and physically. So if this feels challenging, know that you're not alone. Try to stay here a little longer. I promise you will be better for it. Please stay here for as long as you have the time for. Take your time to come out of Savasana, moving slowly and mindfully if you're ready. And take one last moment sitting comfortably with the eyes closed. Noticing how you're feeling, appreciating the effort that you put in today. And just know that you can always come back to this space of stillness in the mind. It only takes a couple minutes of being aware of your breath. So if you ever feel like you need to check in at any point, you can always sit down wherever you are, close your eyes, focus on the breath, and you'll find yourself here again. Let's reach the arms above the head, stretching out. Exhale, hands to the heart. As you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. And thank you so much for your trust and for sharing this practice with me.